going on, YouTubies? Shut the motor off so you're not jiggling. How's it going? Hope all is well in your world. Yeah, it's going pretty good in mine. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while because I've been naughty here lately. Miss Daisy about to flush me down the toilet, guys. I'm telling you, she's about had enough. She said, "Man, when are you gonna grow up?" I've said I have no plans to grow up. I said the longer I can keep pretending I'm 14, I think the longer I'm gonna live. Okay, that's just my. Guys, that's just my way of thinking. I mean, it's probably wrong, you know. So anyway, yeah, I've been naughty. Been running some of them topless bars. And Miss Daisy about had enough of that. She's about ready to file for divorce. She said she's had all of my... Oh, boy, there's a sticky bee brush. Can't use that today. Man, are you kidding me? I did a little mini honey harvesting the other day. So I got to wash this up and let it dry out. Yeah, I made a big... whoops, I dropped you. I'm always dropping you guys. It's like a call drop, I guess. Yeah, I did a big... Oh, wow, really big honey harvest the other day. 13 1-pound jars I harvested. Yep. Saw palmetto honey. Did a little mini harvest because I need to take care of some of my people and some of my girlfriends. They like the honey, so I got to get that for them. And some of my homeowners where they let me keep bees, traps, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, you got to keep do a little caring and sharing. How's that? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, pole dancers. I've been stopping in and looking at the pole dancers. It hasn't changed. They haven't changed a bit since the early 70s, back when I used to go. Used to work for a while there as a irrigation foreman because I had pipeline experience, and I was in between construction sites. I went and did a golf course job, and they put me in head of irrigation. What a flipping nightmare that was. It's just stuff blowing up every day. I'd go out there. They say, "Oh, you got a blowout." They say, "You got a blowout on the back 9. Okay, jump in a golf cart, run out there. Yeah, the whole area. It looks like a football field was floating, like a big bubble floating. You had no idea where the leak was. So my deal was I had a pro rod and slam it in the ground and wallow it around, and it was squirting out. Looked like you popped a hole in a whale's belly. It was just squirting out. And so, you know, you watch that, the height of that flow. So you go over here a little bit and slam another hole, wallow it out, and you watch that thing going. And so you get a bunch of these in, 15, 20 of these, and you look across there, and you see the one that's pumping up the highest. So you bring the boys, okay, boys, dig here. So we would dig there, shut the water off, and start digging there, and then you get down there and see if you can find a pipe, and usually you did. It was a rotted out. The ground was really high acid. It was clay high acid, and these idiots, whoever installed it, put in galvanized pipe, but they should have put in all PVC swing joints, and the fairway heads were on these galvanized swing joints, which was nothing more than trying to think of the term. It's been so long since I did it, I forgot. But anyway, it was a 90-degree bend with a male thread on one side, female on the other, and they hooked 2 of these together and then hooked on the fairway head, so when a tractor ran over it, it could smash down. Instead of snapping off the pipe, the joint they call it a swing joint, and it would move up and down, whatever, yeah. And those would rot out because the acid in the ground would just eat up those fittings. So, yeah, we did that. And then where I'm going with the story is one of the fellows, some head mechanic there, he says, Steve, let's go to Brewers. I said, what's a Brewers? That's a titty bar up on 19. Oh, you guys 19? Oh, okay, yeah. So he's going up there every night. And then old Big Ed, he fell in love with one of the Big Mary down there. Good looking woman. She was an Amazon, guys, a freaking Amazon. She was proportioned. I mean, one hell of a body, but my God, the girl was huge. She was an Amazon. And we were going down there every night, every day after work, hitting that. And Big Ed, he would be, any crap started in a place, I'd say, Ed, that group right over there, they need a little taming down. They're getting a little crazy over there. And he'd go over there. He'd just get up, no problem. He'd get over there. all of you get up. They'd be like, what's your problem? He said, my problem is you, and you're going to get up and get out of here. And then they'd start getting mouthy. I said, then I'd step in. I'd say, listen, you better do what he says. He's going to pick and mop the floor with all of you. So they'd get all puckered up and walk out the door. And then Jimmy Melissa's the owner, he'd come over, and I went to school with him. And he'd come over and he said, man, I love the way you guys handle that one. I said, you like that, Jimmy? He said, yeah, drinks are on the house. So we would get free drinks and free hookers. Now, I didn't play with any of the hookers, guys. Let me make that clear right now, because you know, Miss Daisy would not only circumcise me, but she would go ahead, well, already circumcised, but she would go ahead and cut the testicles completely off, you know. So, but Ed was free. He could do whatever he wanted to. So anyway, that's what we did. So yeah, so I'm, you know, I had little flashbacks from that, you know. So I've been busy. That's why I haven't seen you guys. I've just been busy watching the pole dancers and stuff, and trying to stay out of trouble. You know Steve-O, he tries to stay out of trouble, but he doesn't always. I don't always get there, you know, with that. But anyway, today, well, right now, let's do this. I've got a phone here in my pocket. Let's see here. Here's my phone. I got this little hatch door down here. I got this little plug-in ditty right here. Let's just plug this in. Boom, right there. Now what have I got on the other end of this thing? Oh, hey, look at this. Look at this. I have a camera. So let's open this camera up. Oh, it's already on. Okay. It's already on here, see? Yeah. So the reason I bought this, so I could go inside of swarm traps and check it out. Now also on this, I have a little dimmer switch here. This is called an X scope. It's called any kit X scope. So it's a digital bore scope. You can go inside of different things, pipes and stuff like that. And it's also, you see, it's got a little dimmer switch here. You can actually turn it off and then turn it up bright. So let's go out back here and check it in. Look in the swarm trap. I see some bees working a swarm trap. But let's get away from, yeah, let's get into bees and cut the nonsense with the titty bars and stuff like that, because I know you guys didn't come over here to listen to any of Steve-O's sexual fantasies, let's put it that way. I know you didn't come over here for that. You came over here to look at a bee operation. Yeah. So let's go out here and take a peek in this and get away from topless dancers for a while, okay? At least for a day or so. And then maybe I may just take you in. I'll take my borescope with me, and we'll go into the topless bars and check things out with a borescope, you know? That way we can get deep into the matter of what's going on at a pole dancer place, you know? All right, guys, I got a small swarm in this swarm trap here. You can see it in the bottom there. Not really though, but let's put our borescope camera down in here, and you can see, hopefully, you can see the swarm down there. It's not really super big, but they're drawing comb. I've got the light on high intensity right now, and they're in there drawing comb out. I don't know if you can see any of this or not. But this is kind of a cool little device, and they're not expensive. They're not expensive. You see I'm going in through the hole here, and you could hook the camera down. Here's the bottom hole. They're coming and going, and they're drawing comb out in here. They're starting to draw comb, but this is a very small swarm. Very small. So I'm just going to leave it. Leave it for now. And what I'm doing with my swarm traps now is let me shut this camera off. I don't need it anymore. I'm just once a month spring swarming slowed way down. I have two traps here, and what I'm doing, and they're checking it out. The scouts are checking it out. But what I'm doing once a month is take lemongrass on a Q-tip, and I swipe it under here and all around the hole, both holes. I put a big plate on this one, but it's not necessary. These small ones work great. And anyway, so once a month I prime them up with lemongrass and keep them going. And the main thing on these traps, especially this time of year, is get them in dapple light. See, I'm under this canopy. This trap is all up under this canopy, and this trap is the same scenario. You do not want to put these in direct sunlight. It's just too hot, and the bees know better. They're going, Steve, we're not going in that hellhole. It's too hot. We're not going in there. So these girls here, once you put them out here with favorable light, temperature, they'll utilize them. So I'm just let this go. I've got feeder jars in the yard here, so they got a constant nectar source regardless of what's going on in nature. But here we are in the spring. I did harvest, like I said yesterday, I harvested I did a scrape and drain. I didn't have enough honey to fire up an extractor, my 4-framer. So here they are here cleaning it up. And here's all of the scrape and drain cappings. And then I had clean up here with my bottling bucket. So yeah, we just let the bees clean everything up. So all I got to do is rinse this out, wash it up with soap and water, and we're ready to go for the next one. So for right now, my mission today is nuke making, and it's not getting any cooler right now. We got to get moving here. So I will get a veil on and start going in these colonies and make up as many as I can and haul to my other bee yard. Haul to my other bee yard. We'll make some walk-away splits. We got to make more bees. We got to make more bees, guys. We're way down on bees, way down. So we got to pump up this operation. The only way to do it is get some more nukes made up. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, I've already vinegared my whole shirt on both sides. Outside, I flipped it over, put it on the coat hanger, and soak everything with white vinegar. And then I do my hands, and it helps. It does help, guys. All right, what I've got, our operation here, I've got 5-frame medium nukes, and that's what we're going to make it up with. Let's start down here with this hen colony here, see what's going on. I put BR breeder on both of these. They seem to be pretty productive. I took a good bit of honey out of them. So they look pretty good. So obviously our objective here is to get some resources. Here's a nice one here. It's got cap brood, plenty of real small larvae for them to make a new queen. So we want a couple of these. Try to get all sealed brood. I'm going to go in the lower nest and try to get something with solid sealed brood across. But this is a nice little frame here. It's got real young larvae in it, so we'll steal it. Wow. Wow. Look at this, guys. I haven't done an alcohol wash or anything yet, but yesterday when I was in here stealing honey, I take a daub of Vicks Vapor Rub, I put on 2 playing cards, and then I sandwich another card and I smear them together. And look how much they've chewed this card up already. Yeah, I just put one card only in there. One card. Let's see if I can find a full sheet of brood here. Here's a full sheet of brood right here. This will be a good one right here. Let's make sure my queen's not on here. And then I can cut off this bottom piece here. This is in a deep configuration downstairs here. So this is a nice one here. There's a little bit of honey in this thing. Let's take this one. This one is really good here. It's a medium frame stuffed in a deep box. So we got all this stuff here on the bottom. It's gonna get taken out. But we can utilize that as a help in our bromide, treatment. What I'm trying to do, guys, is go treatment free on my bees, and by doing that, by utilizing the mediums, you're cutting off the bottoms here. There's some resources we're losing, but hopefully we're losing a bunch of varroamites. Is what the hope is. Time will tell on my operation what's going on. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here, guys. I've robbed my resources. I got a beetle bar in there, and I put a quart bottle in there and then cover it up. So we're doing internal feeding on these, which I think is better. The raccoons don't seem to be getting into stuff as much. And we'll go in here and see what we can steal. I mean, here's another scenario. I've got another deep here. And so I'm not really sure what's downstairs. But honey production, I'm not too concerned with it right now. My thing is to try to make some bees. So that's the goal here for right now. Yeah, I'll be able to get another nuke here out of this. Let me cover up these bees here before they get too hot. These bees here are ready to ship out. 2, 3, 4. We need another one here. 5 frames in here. This is going to another one of my sites about 5 miles away. So this guy here is getting ready to get shrink wrapped here. Leave a few of these frames in here. Actually, I got to get a base unit. This is not a base unit. This is a super right here. That's a super there also. Let me get that. This is the kind of stuff I was stealing yesterday, guys. Look at this. But it's only on one side here with this particular one. But the ones I stole had double-sided. And they were just like this. And this is saw palmetto honey. It's an excellent table grade honey. And I was a bit surprised here of making some. But yeah, it worked out good. I hope to get more on cabbage palm. The cabbage palm is just fixing to explode. It's stalking out, fixing to explode. So, I don't know, we still may make some queens, bees, and honey too yet this year. Let me go downstairs on this one and see what the girls have downstairs. This is one of the cards here. Don't even look like they started chewing on it yet. But it's supposedly, they're doing it in third world countries. Rick Sutton turned me on to that little trick. He doesn't know how it works. He wants to see me screw up, and then he'll try it, he says. But I'm not doing expensive like Man Lake or all the rest of the yahoos out there selling Varroa mite control stuff. I'm not doing none of that. How successful I'll be, time will tell, guys. Time will tell. All right, now here is an excellent frame right here. Right here is an excellent frame. It's got pollen, honey. There's eggs, small larvae. Now we need to look for a queen. Is there a queen here? We don't know. But this is a great one right here to steal. Yeah. This one would be a great one to steal. I don't see any. These bees look pretty good. I don't see any cripple wing virus or anything here going on. I don't see my queen here. I'm gonna go get a deep box, a deep 5 framer, and put this stuff in it, because I have some over here also that are deep frames, so we'll utilize them. Okay, guys, I've robbed what resources we needed here, and then I filled it up with frames. Put a feeder jar on here, one hole, small hole here, as you can see, and then and that's it for this one. So we made up a couple with 2 hives here. I got to check and see if I got a feeder on this one. I do. It's on autopilot. It is on autopilot. I don't know what today's date is. I got to check it. We'll mark that on the roof, so we can come back in 30 days from today's date and check these hives. So what I got to do here, I got 2 set up here. This one's not ready to go yet. This one is. But I'm going to take a medium. I'm going to take a medium 5 framer and set on here. And then we'll put a jar in here and feed them. We want to feed for 30 days. So So that baby there is ready to go. This one just needs to be shrink wrapped. This one here is ready to go. So we've got two here. This one here I got to build yet, but we've got one frame of honey in here for them. So they got a food source. They've got two extra combs, and it's 1,000 degrees already in the sunlight here. Normally I try to get all this action done at daybreak, but this morning I had to run Miss Daisians for some testing, medical testing, and so that ate up some time this morning. So anyway, that's why I'm running late and I'm into the heat, but it is what it is. I want to just get stuff done as I can get it done. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Big ol' owl in there, guys, talking to me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right there, guys. Crows are pissed. They don't like them, man. I'm telling you, they do not like them. They hate owls. I guess because the owls get their babies. I don't know. But what you want to do is before you seal it up, move it to your next location, put a beetle barn in. Okay? Put a beetle barn in. I put a beetle barn in before I shrink wrap it. Now, Brandon, when I get to my other site, this lid's coming off. We're putting a feeder in here and another empty super on here as a feeding chamber. And I don't pull this stuff out, cut it off here where the end snaps back into this roll, because sometimes it's hard to get off of there. So I take the pointy end of my tool and cut that and leave this loose tag end here, see? This guy here is ready for shipment. Let's keep going, got a crap load more work to do. Me talking about topless bars and stuff has really slowed this operation way down. And you're going to do nothing but with that whole deal, get in a lot of trouble. So don't do everything that Steve-O does, okay? Just trying to give you a little heads up. Okay, guys, here's another one right here. I just stole this frame right there out of that end hive, and it had a big, not much resource. It only had like four good frames of brood in it, and I stole only one from that colony. It's there. The second frame over had a big old fat queen on there. Big old beautiful golden queen. But this hive's doing all right too. Lots of eggs, seal brood here. Quite a bit of honey at the top, rim of honey all the way around on the top here. Perfect frame for a walk away. So there's 2. Let's go for 1 more. Here's another one doing real well. Some of these might be swarms. I haven't not marked these. My record keeping skills really suck, and I should do better, but I haven't. Maybe one day when I get really bored to death, I will start doing a lot of serious record keeping, but I just try to keep this whole operation as simple as I can. And here's another nice frame. Like I said, a lot of these could be swarms that I've just recently caught. I haven't found a vicious swarm yet. A lot of people telling me, "Oh, Steve-O, you may regret what you're doing." Yeah, you may regret what you're doing. Huh. I'll be darned. That could be. That could be, guys. I don't know. You know, I've got a scenario here I don't like. Let me see. You know, I got 5 frames in there. What am I trying to do? Got a 5-frame box, guys. I'm trying to make a 6-frame box out of it. Boy, am I sharp as a tack, right? Or sharp as a rat turd. All right, I've got 5 frames of resource here. This is hunky-dory, and it's got a lot of good stuff in it. This one's done. We've made 3 here so far. I love it. You can't get enough of it. All right, just about to shrink wrap it. I got my beetle barn in there. I didn't put another VIX in there. I'm gonna run my VIX cards for a while and see how they do. I don't see any issue so far. One hive over there at the end was very aggressive as to ripping that stuff down and getting it out of there. So we'll see how that goes. Third world countries, I understand it's working very well. So you guys might want to give it a try on a small scale. Just don't bail in there, balls to the wall. And I wouldn't put more than 1 card in. They were acting a little bit shaky. I had 2 cards in some of these, and they were acting like shaky, like they were getting drugged out. And I said, "Oh man, I better stop." So I pulled out all but 1 card. And I think in this VIX card trick is maybe less is more. Yeah, it's kind of like titty bars. Probably less is more in your life, right? Yeah. Ask your wife about that one. Alrighty, guys, I've got the 4th one built here. Very nice setup. I'm gonna put in a beetle barn. I'm gonna get 4 empty medium supers to go over to the other site. And that's enough for today. It's getting hot. I don't need a heat stroke out here. You can get a heat stroke in Florida quite easily. Always revert back, guys, to what Clint Eastwood told me. He says, "Steve-O, every man must know his limitations." I think he is a professional at it because he's gone through I don't know how many wives, but yeah, I think Clint is an expert at every man must know his limitations, okay? That's all I can say about Mr. Clint. All right, let's put this little high back together here. She's doing quite nicely. I didn't see her, by the way. I did not see this little girl here. But she's doing quite well. She's doing very well. I think you guys are doing very well. Otherwise, if you weren't doing very well, you wouldn't even be over here on my site, okay? But I know that you guys come over here on my site to get even better than you are, okay? And with that, you get to know your limitations, you know? It's just, guys, it's just a beautiful life we lead, you know? It really is. It's a beautiful life that we lead. And I'm just glad that I'm here to help you, you know, go down the right path, you know. I know I got an eye roll on that one. You guys gave me a little eye roll on that one. I know you did. All right, I've got 4 on the truck. That's enough for today. Don't overdo it, guys. Don't overdo it. Tomorrow's another day. You got plenty of time. I mean, today's the new moon, so you've got, you know, get your nukes made up between new and full. I like to get as close to new as I can or on the new. And then date the top. I have to do that yet. I got my feeder jar in here. We'll put a little cap on that. Let me see what the date is. I gotta go find my phone. Okay guys, went around, marked up everything. I gotta check it. Today's 5/16, so we're gonna come back. Easy math. Check 6/16. Check 6/16. We're also gonna see if I got all these right. I did. Check 6/16. So we got 5 units we did today. We'll do more tomorrow. Maybe I can milk another 4 or 5 out of that batch over there. I've still got this colony here to go through. So yeah, we got plenty to do for tomorrow also. And then your maintenance will be on these. Play peekaboo every 4 or 5 days to see if your syrup jars are full. Okay, just make sure your syrup jars are full. Let's just peek in here real quick, see what's going on. This is a very questionable And this is a swarm. This is a questionable hive that I can rob resources from. We won't know till tomorrow. I'm not playing with it. I'm not playing any more games today. We're done for today. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming by. God bless you. You guys are fantastic. Fan-flippin-tastic, I tell you. All right, I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Be safe. Be strong. We got to keep getting it on. You know that. See ya.